Hello everyone, this is Moonlight Learning Academy, and today we are going to be going over how to find the slope of a line on a graph. So let's begin. So slope tells us the steepness of a line, and slope is basically the change in y over the change in x, which can be rewritten as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So, oh, and also another thing to keep in mind is that slope can be expressed as variable m. So now that we have that knowledge, let's do this problem. So what is the slope of this line? And we have a line going from -6, 6 down to -3, 5. So let's write down those values. And now that we have written down these values, we just have to replace the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 with these values. So we have, so we can have 5 as y2. We can have 6 as y1. For x2, we can have -3. And for x1, we can have -6. And then if you just solve that, you would get 1 over -1 over 3, which would be the slope of this line. Let's move on to the next problem. So for this question, it says, what is the slope of this line? And we have a vertical line going from -1, 3 to -1, 1. So here you have to do the same thing that you did in the last problem. You have to write down the two different coordinate points, which are -1, 3 and -1, 1. And you just have to replace the values. So m would be equal to, let's say that -1 comma 1 are y are x2 and x1. I mean forget that. Let's say that -1 3 is x1 and y1, and -1 1 is x2 and y2. So we just replace the values. That would be 1 minus 3 over -1 minus -1. And that would basically be -2 over 0, which would be undefined. So the slope of this line is undefined. So for the last problem, it says, what is the slope of this line? And it gives us a horizontal line going from -2, comma 1 to 3, comma 1. So we just repeat the process. So write down the two different coordinate points, which are -2, comma 1 and 3, comma 1. And for m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, you just have to replace the values. So you would have m equals 1 minus 1 over 3 minus -2, which would mean m would equal to 0 over 5, which means that m equals 0. So the slope of this line is 0. Alright everyone, that is all for today. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.